RuneScape is a vast world that many can find themselves lost in, one that many of us spent most of our childhood hours exploring in hopes of getting that rare drop or that first 99. But what if we don't want those memories to die? Buckle up for some serious nostalgia and welcome to Rediscovering RuneScape. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Constant Max, and today's going to be a little bit something different. So, this video isn't going to be super flashy with a bunch of cuts and a bunch of edits because I really want to drill a point in. This series that we're going to be starting, and this is episode 1, so welcome to episode 1 of Rediscovering RuneScape and how to not get overwhelmed on the game. So, RuneScape 3 can be extremely overwhelming. I know that as I was at one time a returning player, but I do know that with a little bit of time and a couple of videos that I can help you guys rediscover RuneScape and not get so overwhelmed. I see a lot of people in RuneScape comments of different YouTubers' videos. Their main concern is when they get back to the game, they get so overwhelmed, they're not sure what to do. It's a lot different than the last time they played, which might have been a year ago or 8 years ago. And unfortunately, with a game that's 20 years old and has constant updates coming through, the game is going to change quite a bit. So, like I said already, I don't want to go too far into depth of it, but the style of video, since this, in my opinion, is the most important aspect into rediscovering RuneScape, there's not going to be a lot of cuts. It's not going to be very flashy with cinematics or anything like that. That will come with the more fun videos like PVMing and whatnot. But the first thing we're going to talk about, and probably the most confusing for someone that's just coming back, is the interface. So you log in, maybe you're on the Steam client or the RuneScape client, and you're just completely overwhelmed because back in the day you have a preset interface that you can't mess with, and now you have something completely customizable to you, and we're going to do our best to go over it entirely. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my interface and what I've got, and then I'm going to give you guys a breakdown on how to build your interface. And I think the most important thing to understand here is that it doesn't matter what your interface looks like as long as you understand it and you like it. So over here, I've got my chat boxes, I've got my emotes, everything like that. Any kind of chatting I need to do will be over here. Here I've got my backpack. This is the simple just inventory. This right here is my equipment. This is everything I've got equipped. All of this right here is my abilities, my action bars, and everything like that. Over here, we've got our summoning, our magic book, because I don't use magic too much, and it's a little bit different than it is on old school or RS2, which will come at a later time. And it's also got my teleports, so I like to have that separate. And then I've got my prayers. Over here, I've got my skills. Here, I've got my friends list and my clan chat and the friends chat that I'm currently in, which is a friends. Here's my mini map, which you can make just as big as you would like. This just up here, don't worry about this. This is just because of where I am in Throne of Miscellanea. Um, and then here is probably the most important thing, your ribbon. This is where you're going to get everything. So we're going to start with the ribbon. I'm going to drag it over here, and as you can see, I can drag anything. So this is your center stone right here, is this ribbon. If I hit this lock on this ribbon, then everything locks, and as you can see, I don't have the ability to move anything anymore. So if you're struggling to move things around, that's why. Your center stone is set in place. Basically, you glued it, you click the unlock, and once again, I can move anything anywhere I want it. So that would be the very first step. So on top of that, all of this, if you go through all the different tabs and just hover over them, it'll bring something up. And these are all the separate tabs that you can bring out and place different places. So let's say I went here and I wanted my melee abilities. I don't have them out on my interface, but I could if I wanted to. So I would click it and it would bring it up. And if I want it up here in the right corner, I can. I can just drag it out. I can make it smaller. I can make it bigger, whatever size you would like. Or if you want to put it, let's say it made sense for you to put it here, you could just drag it here and it would become a part of this. And if you want it out, you can drag it out. Same thing like if I did with my prayers there. So that's how this works. We'll kind of go through everything one by one. So you've got your stats, your backpack, your equipment. These are just achievement paths, activity tracker. This right here is your customization. If you click that, this is where you can make your fashion scape. You can go through all the different animations. This is very easy to understand if you just go through it. This is your appearance. If you want to change the way your guy looks, all of your titles, you can scroll through. You've probably got a ton. And then your pets. So that's that. Here is quests, I believe. Yep. So this is quests. So I could have that here. Place it here. I could drag it up here, wherever you want it. Or if you just click, you can click on any of these things. Let me add that in really quick, and it'll pop out different things. So this first, we saw what the second one does, but this first one, you can get your summary, your stats, your quest completion, your total XP, everything like that. You can go over your skills. You can go over your loadout. And this is your achievements for your achievement diary. You just kind of want to go through this on your own time, to be honest. It'll say how close you are to all the capes and everything like that. It's super handy. If you click on this, it'll pop up with your featured tab, with like updates, quests, your daily challenges, mini games, beasts, which is like your boss tracker, activity tracker, and that's that. If you click here, this is the grouping system. You can vote for updates and high scores. And also, if you hover over that, this is where you get your emotes, your private chat, all of that if you want to drag that out somewhere. Click here. This is your keys, which I have a bunch because I did like 20 quests today. The store, membership, and bonds. And there's nothing there. This is rune metrics, and this is your settings. You can also get to your settings by hitting the escape key, just so you guys know. So this is your ribbon. Like I said, this is your center stone for everything. This is where you start with your interface. So a good way to start would be just to start popping some things out and placing it where you want it. Like pop some quests out. I don't know, pop a ranged ability out. Make some tabs. Just mess with it. Take your time and get it to where it's comfortable and looks good for you. And you can always change it. Don't be afraid to have it in one place. It's always customizable and changing. Your mini map will be there automatically. You can make that as ever big or small as you would like. I'm just going to put this back up here. This is what works for me. If you want, pause the video here. I'll give you guys a half a sec. And this is my interface. If you guys want to copy it one for one, feel free. If not, I understand. But I'll go ahead and just pause for a sec. There we go. We're going to continue. So now we're going to push the escape key. And this is where you'll see a couple different things. Hop worlds, everything like that. You can go to edit layout mode. This is where it gets a little bit more confusing, but it's not too confusing. We're going to go to advanced options, and this is where you can add different options. So you can add the split private chat and make it over there. So you check something, and then you can drag it to where you would like it, essentially. So I don't have too much checked, but you definitely want the buff bar, and I've got my buff bar right here. I've got my debuff bar down here. So imagine these boxes are where it's going to be. So when you click one, it's going to be up in this area. So keep that in mind. And that's really this. I mean, there's not much more to this. And that should be pretty easy for you guys to understand. The next thing we're going to go over is action bars. So if you go to settings and you're going to go to gameplay, action bar. And this is where you can display all of your additional action bars. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 because you're allowed to have 4 total additional action bars on top of the one you already have, which is this main one right here. And so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can assign it to different action bars. It doesn't really matter. You can change them up, but like 5 is 5 right here. 11 is 11 right there, and so on and so forth. So that is the action bar section. And a key note with action bars, we'll go ahead and just bring up like the ranged abilities, for example. You want to just go to your ability bar, or sorry, not your ability bar, but your ability settings. And if you're creating an action bar, you can click and drag to wherever you would like, and it'll place it there. So let's say you put it here. And then if you want to keybind it, you can. You're just going to right click it and customize keybind. And it'll place whatever keybind. So say I make it, I don't know, F9. If I push F9, it would pop up F9. And whenever I push F9, it would do that ability. So that is action bars and how to set that up. And you kind of just go through all of the different abilities to be able to set up the bar the way you would like it. The next thing that we're going to go over is Revolution and how that works. So typically I don't play on Revolution. I play on, actually, I guess we'll just start here and we'll go through the whole gameplay settings just so you guys understand. So game interaction, these are just kind of quality of life things. If you want to go ahead and go through these on your own time, feel free. Um, but this is just if you want to like drag and drop or buff bars, anything like that. The clock. If you go to combat mode, this is where you can change from revolution to full manual to legacy. Legacy is old, like old school combat, as it says right here. It's not exactly suggested, but you can. Let's say you want to go on full manual, you can click it, and you can see this yellow bar is gone. And if you want to go on revolution, you can click that as well. And you can drag this out to make revolution do as many abilities as you want on that primary bar. You could have it do the entire thing if you wanted. And let's say you did that and you want it to do just your basics, you could uncheck these and it'll just do basics, or you can check these and it'll do all of your abilities. So that's completely up to you guys, however you guys want to do that. Action bar, a couple different action bar settings here. Nothing too big to go over there. Binding, nothing really to go over there. This is where some people get confused how you set what XP you want to get versus for when you're training like melee, ranged, or magic. This is where you do that there. Attack options, you can change like if you want to right click. Targeting, hit splat, you can change the color. Camera, you can change the sensitivity of the zoom so it zooms in quicker or slower, whatever you guys prefer. Sensitivity, that's all of that. So there you guys go. You can just set up warnings here, item drops. You guys can set all that up. Legacy combat mode and interface mode. This is where you can do all of that. Retro scale capes if that's what you guys prefer. I think the only one that you can do with is the newer ones, I think. I could be wrong, but oh, maybe you can. Or yeah, I guess you can. But yeah, there's that. And then nothing really here. Graphics, this is just your graphics settings. Controls, this is where you guys can change all of your keybinds for everything if there's something you don't like. Audio, here's your music and all of that. Actually didn't know how many music tracks I had unlocked. Ribbon, this is your ribbon. You can customize what's on your ribbon at any time. So on my ribbon, you can see that this you can only have, what is it, 8 I think? Yeah, 8 things out there on there at a time. And here's mine right here. And you can just like drag whatever you want. This is probably the preferred thing, as you can really use everything. And I believe that's pretty much it. Another thing to note with teleports, you can drag anything essentially onto your action bar, just so you guys know. If you want, you can drag your weapon that you're using and make it so that way you can keybind to switch to your weapon and just drag it off if you don't want it. You can drag food on there. You can drag your ring of wealth on there, and then you see it'll click and wear. A bunch of little quality of life things like that. And then I guess we'll go through here at the bottom to end the video off. Your ores, your tool belt, your death screen, your combat stats, money pouch, price checker, wealth evaluator. This is something you have to buy though. Currency pouch, right click, view all. Here's all your currency. And invention. And when it comes to your interface, that's pretty much it. This is a quick video, but it is extremely important to understanding and rediscovering RuneScape, especially RuneScape 3, is you have to be able to understand how your interface works. So the next video should be in a couple days. If you guys have a specific suggestion on what you guys would like, let me know. I want to go over skilling, I want to go over PVM, I want to go over training and everything like that. And I want to be able to, the goal of the series is to ease people back into RuneScape without feeling overwhelmed. I don't want anyone to be able to feel like, since they missed some updates, that they're screwed and they're never going to be able to play the game again, essentially. So yeah, I guess that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'll go ahead and give you guys a wave goodbye. Thank you guys so much. You guys are great. I apologize. I'll touch on this real quick. I apologize for the Max series coming to a brief halt. I wasn't really happy with the recordings, and we'll get into that soon. There'll be another video out on that separately soon. That'll be its own series. But as you guys can tell, spoiler alert, I maxed. I have the Maxscape. There it is. So Yeah. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed it that much. I would very, very, very much appreciate it. And if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see, leave a comment down below. And if that's all, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.